You're listening to She's the Business podcast. When a prospect chooses not to sign up with you, the most common reason that they give is to do with money. And it's also the most common assumption that we make when people aren't buying our stuff. We think, it must be because it's too expensive. Because usually we know the value of it. We know that it can actually help them. So if they're not signing up, then clearly it must just be to do with the money. The thing is, it's usually not. And here's why. When you think about it, if you knew that this thing was going to solve your problem 100%, you had no doubt in your mind, would money be an issue anymore? And for most people, the answer is no, which means that there's something else underneath that. That's the real reason why they're not signing up. Now, today's episode, I'm going to explore that with you and help you see that the answer actually might not be as mysterious as you may think. It's often sitting right there in front of us. So without further ado, let me play the episode for you. Stay tuned and I'll be right back. Hi, I'm your host, Jessica Osborne, and in my 23 years of business and marketing, I've built many brands to become multi-billion-dollar companies. And just in the last 10 years, I've built 2 online businesses of my own from my dining room table with 2 little babies running around at my feet. I've made it my mission to inspire you to get out of your own way and become the successful business owner who's living the lifestyle you really desire without all the hustle. This is She's the Business podcast, made by women for women. This is your weekly dose of motivation and inspiration. Are your prospects being held back by the very thing that your service or product helps them do? Now, this is something that I find so common, and it's incredibly ironic that the very thing that you help them do is the one reason why they're holding back from signing up. They're holding back from buying. Think about if you were, say, a website designer and your prospect is saying, well, I can't invest in this because I need more sales. I need more people coming to my website. And you're like, yeah, exactly. That's what this new website that you really need will help you to do. So can't you see this is the olive branch that I'm holding out to you to help you get to that goal? But yet then they're holding back because they're focused on the here and now. They're focused on what's right in front of them, the present pain that they're in, and that's stopping them from seeing the olive branch, actually seeing that this is the thing that's going to get them to where they really want to go. Now, I come across this very often in my business, and I've had some coaching calls with my clients in Business Jam and in the Momentum Club this week, where it's become really obvious that this is something affecting a lot of businesses. So I wanted to deep dive into this a little bit today and share with you some of my examples and how I help my prospects to reframe this so that they can see their current situation from a different perspective and they can actually get out of the frame that they're in and see it from a different viewpoint, which helps them actually see the olive branch. It helps them see that the very thing that they need is what's right in front of them, but that they're actually too scared to do, which is so ironic because it is what's going to help them get what they actually want. So the first example with my Business Jam program, at the end of a launch, I survey the people who are in my launch and I ask them, I saw that you didn't sign up and I'd love to know why. And I give them a few options to click on as to what the main reason was that they didn't buy. Now, as you can imagine, you're probably not surprised that the one that most people click is, I don't have enough money. Now, on the surface, you might think, no, that's fair. They don't have the money. They can't do it. But let's dive into this. Well, what does that actually mean? Why don't they have enough money? And what they tell me is, I need to get more clients to make the money so that I can invest in this program. And I'm like, okay, I get that. And that's really interesting because Business Jam is the program that is designed to help you get clients, to help you build the authority so that you can attract actually really good quality clients, which means that you'll be getting paid more per client as well than probably what you're currently getting. So it not only helps you to get the clients, but it actually also helps you to be paid more per client. So you're telling me that the reason you can't invest in Business Jam is because you don't have the clients and you're struggling to get clients. You don't have the money. And can you see that that's kind of like saying, well, I can't join a gym because I need to lose weight first. And yes, that sounds crazy, doesn't it? Because the gym is the very thing that will help you lose weight. Just like Business Jam is the very thing that will help these people to get the money that they need. Now, most people, I would never have anybody step outside of their financial means and put themselves or their family at risk. But most people do actually have the money. They're just choosing to spend it on other things. Or they're choosing to invest in other things without really thinking about it, operating on that autopilot. And if they thought about it and thought, well, what is the actual investment I'm looking at here? What is it that I'm so scared of making? And often the cost of the program is really worth 1 to 2 clients for them. So that's another way that I help them reframe it. I think, well, if Business Jam helps you to get 1 or 2 clients, whatever it is for your main product or service, it's paid for itself. And because it helps you get consistent clients, it helps you to have a consistent stream of clients coming in at that higher level, then as soon as you've got an additional 1, you're already making a profit. You've already got a return on investment. When you get an additional 2, 3, 4, 10 clients, you are making back a massive return on investment because all you need is the 1 or 2 to cover the cost of you investing in the first place. Now, my clients in Business Jam usually get their first new client from within Business Jam with, applying the method. They're usually getting it while they're still doing the program. So they've already paid it off before they've even finished doing Business Jam, which makes it, you think, well, why are people holding back? This sounds like an absolute no-brainer, right? And it is, but the thing is that they can't see it that way right now because they're looking at their current circumstance. They're looking at it from the perspective of what they already have today and from the perspective of, I'm struggling to get clients. I don't have the money. I don't have the money coming in to pay for this. Whereas if they look at it from hang on, within 3 months and I've finished this program, and if I've done the steps and followed it, and I've got the clients coming in and I'm being paid more per client, so I'm actually earning more in less time, I'll have already paid this off and I will actually be already making money, more money than I have today. Surely they wouldn't even hesitate for a moment to join, right? And this is the thing, it can be so simple. The thing that's holding back your clients is potentially the very thing that you help them with. And so it's not about trying to show them the benefits of your features in the program. It's not about trying to show them, wow, just how wonderful this is. And look at all the stuff that you get in here. There's 10 Zoom calls or there's an amazing PDF. That's not actually the thing that's holding them back. They're not sitting there thinking, oh, well, I really wanted 12 Zoom calls and this only has 10. So, doesn't look like it's the right fit for me. Nobody's thinking that. Your actual features of the program do not matter at that point. If they understand that your program gets them the result that they're looking for, but they're still holding back, then there's likely just a reframe that needs to take place in their minds to help them see and look at their situation from the future them perspective, as opposed to from their current blinkered view of their business, because that's actually what's keeping them stuck right now. And it's simple. It's really simple. And all we need to do is find that easy way to reframe it for them. Because staying where they are, imagine these people who are thinking, wow, I really want to join Business Jam because I want to attract clients consistently. And yes, I want to earn more per client. I want to be working maybe less hours than I am currently and earning more. That's exactly what I want. So why aren't they joining? Well, it's maybe because they're not perceiving the pain of where they're at as being less or more than what they need to do. They're thinking, oh, but it requires me to do something. It requires me to invest. It's like, yeah, it does. Well, if you want an outcome, you're going to have to take action to get there. You are going to need to invest some time and some money to get there. But let's look at that and compare it to continuing to be where you are right now, because that's the choice that you're making. If you're making a choice not to join, then you're making a choice to stay where you are. And for most of my prospects, that means they're making a choice to continue doing things like, attending some free trainings, band-aiding together little snippets of information that they get from different people into one business, and then wondering, well, why is this not working? Because that person said this would work and that person said this would work. I've done all of that. Why isn't it working? Or maybe they're looking at their mentors and going, oh, okay, well, she has a podcast, so that means I need to have a podcast, and then I'll have a successful business like that. It doesn't work like that. Like, that's the one thing that's keeping you spinning wheels and going round and round in circles, because you're not actually creating your business as a connected, aligned, one-piece entity, because you're not following one set framework. You're actually pulling all of these different pieces together and then wondering why, when you're band-aiding them together and trying to fit a square peg over here and you've got a corner angle piece that way, why it's not working. Well, it's because they're all separate tactical pieces that you're trying to pull together and think that will create a strategy. It's like, no, we need to start with the strategy first and then apply the tactics that help you deliver that strategy. It's all a bit backwards. Now, I'm diving into something that's almost a whole topic on its own, so I'm not going to go there today. What I was wanting to do was give you some other examples so that you can really start thinking, well, what is that thing that my prospects are thinking that they need in order to be able to buy? But yet what I do actually helps them get that thing. So how could I reframe it for them? So here's another example for you to think about. I have, as some of you may know, but I don't talk about it very often, I've got a high-level coaching group that's called the Momentum Club. Now, this program is for business owners who've reached that level where they're at capacity. They're maxed out. Yes, they're successful. They've got clients coming in. They'd like to grow, but they're plateaued because they literally just do not have more time. And even adding more resource or more team isn't creating more profit, more growth, because it's adding more to manage. So the more people you bring in, the more people you've got to manage, the more systems and processes. So you're literally just swapping time from doing some activities to doing other ones. You might have been doing more of the client-facing work, and then suddenly you're doing more management, team management. So you're not actually reducing any of your time. So the Momentum Club is really about the 4 simple ways to scale your business that help you get the time back, and actually grow the profit. So, you're getting time, growing profit, and not adding more stuff, adding more hours into your day, because that's not what we want. That's not what my clients want. We are often mums with families, and really value family time and freedom. So time is the thing here with the Momentum Club. My prospects don't have time. They're maxed out on their time. They want time. And time, ironically, is the one thing that stops them from actually going into the program. They say, but I don't have the time to do this. And so that's where I get them to stop and pause. I'm like, okay, so you're saying you don't have the time, and time is actually the one thing that I help you to achieve through the Momentum Club. I help you to take back your time, to be smarter with your time, and to actually grow your profit so that you can, even invest more in the things that are going to give you more time back. And so the one thing they're saying that they don't have is the very thing that they're going to get from investing in the program. And once they can see that, then it becomes a really, really simple decision, because they can see that by investing a little bit of time in this program, and it's not a lot, an hour a week, maybe even if they invest that amount of time in, and we do some focus work on their business, and they actually implement what they're learning, taking some of these things back. Let's streamline the business, simplify it, cut away the stuff that's taking up all your time and not generating the return and the profit. We look at 4 different ways that they do that and apply the right strategy at the right time for them, they gain that time back. And that's the beautiful thing. And I love seeing it. I love seeing the thing that was holding them back, stopping them from doing it, stopping them from growing, stopping them from investing is then the one thing that they achieve. But there's still so many people that are stuck in that view of, oh, I can't do this because I don't have the time. So that's where your messaging really needs to focus on. So can you identify that one thing for your clients? Now, one of my Business Jam students, so giving you a different example, she is an expert and a coach on imposter syndrome. So she helps her clients to overcome imposter syndrome so that they can really do the things that they're wanting to do, but they're holding themselves back from because they're afraid, because they've got all these doubts, these crippling self-doubts and fears about doing it. Now, for her, funnily enough, that imposter syndrome is the thing that stops them from investing in solving the imposter syndrome because they're worried that they'll be found out. They're worried that they'll be exposed as an imposter, as a fraud, that they've got these doubts and fears and that they don't have it all together. And it's like, yeah, exactly. But that's what you're trying to solve, right? You've already identified that you've got this. So investing in this program is going to help you not have that fear. And that's the very fear that's stopping them from investing. Now, this can feel really mind-boggling because as the coach, the expert in your area, you can see so clearly that this is the answer to their problem. And they're going, oh, I just can't do it. I can't do it because I've got this problem. And you're like, yeah, I know. That's what I'm trying to help you with. Let's do this. We can do it together. It all can change. So sit with it. Try to think, okay, this is what they're struggling with. And it's actually a really interesting loop. So all I need to do is to help them see that what they're holding back from, the reason they're holding back, is the very thing that we're going to solve in the program. And all I need to do is take that leap of faith to know that that is what we're going to solve, and that once they've solved it, they're not going to have this problem anymore. This is what we're going to resolve. So we don't need to coach them in the marketing. We don't need to coach them through the problem. We just need to help them see that taking that action is going to get them to the outcome they want faster than not taking the action. And that by taking the action, they're actually going to solve the problem that they're struggling with most. So that faster and easier you can help people to see that, then the more success you're going to have in selling your offers and your programs. And if that's the one thing that you do a little bit of journaling on today, then I really encourage you to get out some pen and paper. Just ask yourself that question, like, what is it that my prospects think that they need to have before they can invest in this program? What is it that they're holding back from because of? And it's not about your features and benefits. It's not about, it's because I haven't, my sales page doesn't look good enough, or I need to get a copywriter. It's really not about that. They're holding back because they've got a block that's going on inside their minds right now that is preventing them from seeing the simple way to get what they actually want. And so if you can focus on that, identify what it is, and then think about how you can help them to see this. How can you help them to see that the one thing they need is what they're going to get if they just take that step and put a bit of action behind this and take that step towards solving it, that they will get there a lot faster because you've got the very thing that can help them. This isn't about telling someone that they need something that they don't need. This is not about coercing someone to buy anything that isn't right for them. This is the very thing that they actually need. They're the exact right fit for what you've got. They're your ideal client. They need what you've got to offer. And so how can you help them to see that by doing it, by taking that step, next step with you, that is the one thing that's going to get them there faster. And that by staying where they are is actually keeping them away from the outcome that they want. By my prospects not investing in Business Jam, thinking, I need to get more clients first. It's like, well, how long is that going to take you? How is it working out for you currently doing what you're doing? Because by the sound of it, you're not actually getting there right now. Whereas the Business Jam program is what's going to help you to get those clients. So would you rather take that step and take a couple of months, a few weeks to get to that place where you're getting the clients and then make back your investment? Or do you want to try the long, hard way of trying to get there, testing all these other methods, trying different tactics, doing all of the free seminars and workshops and really trying to get there, band-aiding all together? And will it take, I don't know, will it take 6 months? Will it take a year? Will it take 2 years? There's some people that they slog it out for years before they feel ready to take that step and getting the help to get the clients. And when they do, they are like, why didn't I do this sooner? I've just taken the really long, hard, slow road to getting there. It's like, yeah, I know. And that's maybe my fault for not helping you to see that there's a way faster path. And all it means is that you just need to trust yourself. You just need to trust, take that little step, take that action and go, okay, well, this is going to get me there a lot faster. I'll actually get the clients that'll then pay back my investment rather than I need to make the investment first. And yeah, it takes a little bit of courage. We do have to step into those shoes. We've got to go, well, am I taking myself seriously here? Am I going to take my business seriously? Am I taking my life seriously? Whatever it is that you do for your clients, are they prepared to put some skin in the game and actually invest in getting the outcome that they want? Because while they're not prepared to put skin in the game, while they're back on the sidelines, watching, waiting, looking for free stuff, going to the jumble sales and looking around there for something super cheap, if what they're trying to achieve is say, well, I want to have this amazing designer look when I go to a special event, but they're shopping at the jumble sales for a dress. It's like, well, how long is that going to take you to find the thing that you really want? And are you even going to get there? Are you going to find that special dress going through the jumble sales to get it? Or do you actually just need to, take that deep breath and go, well, I need to go to the store that I know has the dress that I want, has the type of dress that I need. And yeah, I'm going to pay for it, but I'm going to get that outcome, right? And that's going to be way faster, way easier. Yes, it requires a bit of skin in the game, but that's not scary when you know that you're going to get the outcome that you want. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope this is helping you to see, what it could be that's stopping your clients from taking that step with you. And maybe even you're recognizing some of this in yourself. Are there things that you're holding back from that you now realize, well, that's the very thing I need and it's going to help me get what I want a lot faster, yet I'm holding back from doing it because I think I need that thing first before I can invest. Like, are you seeing that in yourself? Because I've done it and I'm laughing right now because I've been there. I thought I needed to reach a certain level before I could, invest in getting a coach. And then one day I sat there and thought, well, this coach is the very thing that's going to help me to get to that level. So why am I not investing in it now? Why am I not doing that? I'm literally holding myself back with a great big foot pressed firmly on the brake. I've got one foot, I've got the one foot on the accelerator trying to go forwards. I've got one foot on the brake stopping myself. It's no wonder I'm not going anywhere. That's the thing that I want. I'm trying to get there, but yet I'm holding myself back and not allowing myself to get there. As soon as I could see that for myself and took that foot off the brake, oh my God, it's like I got there so quickly. And I love seeing it happen with my clients in Business Jam. We're literally in week 2 of the current VIP round, and just seeing some of their messages in the chat about what they've discovered, what they're realizing about their ideal client. Like, they're going so much deeper than they've ever gone before. And there's amazing clarity coming through for them. And they're like, I finally realized what it is I need to say to them. I finally realized what that thing is that they want and what they're afraid of and what they're avoiding doing. And now I know what to speak to them about in my marketing. Now I know how to put together an offer for them, because, a service that's really pitched exactly for that client. They're having these moments And that's so special for me to see that. We're only in week 2. We've got 8 more weeks of coaching that we're going through in the program. So I can just see where they're going to get to by the time we're finishing the 10 weeks is we're going to have some incredible transformations. And I'm so glad that they took that step to go, wow, I want to get there. I'm going to do this. I'm going to actually take that step to help myself. I'm going to take the foot off the brake. I'm going to actually allow myself to accelerate forwards now. And that's the beautiful thing. So that's it from me today. And please, if you've loved this episode, I'd love to hear your feedback. Please drop me a review. Please, if you click on the episode, go down, do your 5 stars, and then drop me a little note as well to just say what it was that you've been loving about She's the Business podcast. What's been a takeaway that you've had from listening to some of the, little Friday tips episodes that I've had, where I'm sharing some of my perspectives and what I've learned, and then also the incredible guests that I've been bringing on as well. What's something that you've loved the most? I want to hear about it because I want to bring you more of that. And if you do leave me a review, then you might get selected as my review of the month and have a little feature on one of my upcoming episodes. So don't forget to include your name and your business name as well if you'd like to be featured in my upcoming episodes as my review of the month. I'd love to be able to share you with my audience too. And that's it. So thank you. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. See you next time. Do you know what the number 1 challenge reported by the women joining my Facebook community, My Tribe, said that they were struggling with their marketing in 2021? And in fact, even in 2020 as well. And that was exactly how they should reach their ideal client. How do they even get in front of them in order to build their audience in the first place? That was it. And it wasn't a pick and mix. I didn't give them that answer. It was a free text question. So they could write in there anything they wanted at all. And the number of times that I saw somebody say, how to create awareness, how to get in front of my ideal client and build my audience. So many people just challenged by it. And why is that when there's such an abundance of ways that we can get in front of the ideal client? And I think it's probably that is exactly it. It's so overwhelming, isn't it? What should you do? What should you choose? What are the best ways? Whatever it is that you're doing right now might not be working. And I think it's a great time to sit back, reflect, and figure out what's the right way for you to do it. What are the ways that you're going to reach your prospective clients in 2022? So if that sounds like you, if that might have been what you wrote down in the questions on what is your biggest challenge with your marketing currently, then you're going to absolutely love the new freebie that I've just put together for you. It's called 12 Brilliant Ways to Reach Your Ideal Client. And in it, I share with you the 12, in my view, 12 top ways that you could use in your marketing plan this year to reach a bigger, broader audience in order to attract those ideal clients in to your inner circle, into your, really well-defined audience and become real leads for you. So if you'd like to get your hands on this brand new freebie, then all you need to do is go to jessicaosborne.com/12 ways. So it's 12 ways. Very easy. You can download it there, and this is a little bit of great resource for your planning, for the planning of the new year. See what you're going to change up. What is it that you maybe haven't been doing that you could be doing? And what are those things that you've been doing and they're not very effective, and maybe you're going to drop them out of your plan this year? So please head over, grab the freebie. If you want the link, that it's in the show notes, and let's get you moving on up, having more success with your marketing in 2022.